you or whatever. And I'm like, for me, I just don't want that to be attached to my name because I did not have any relations with my friends. Do you know what I mean?
The plight of the woman streamer. The situation is getting out of hand and people need to talk about it. Over the past couple of months, one of the biggest stream collaborations has been Cinna and Agent. And hell, even Cinna herself in her own ascension has been something to be studied. But a lot of people would argue that it's because she was linked to Agent, she had such a meteoric rise. They even got nominated at the Streamy Awards for Best Collab Stream. Last year, Cinna Brit saw her rise start, and with that rise, she decided to partner with some of the creators in the WL space, and that led her to crossing paths with another rising streamer, Agent 00, and they linked each other in what seemed to be content matrimony.
What the hell is you hitting?
That's what you get. Don't ever talk to me like that again.
Cinna, stop hitting me.
You came in there and you yelled at me.
You're yapping, it's not a goddamn yap.
But in all honesty,
now naturally,
who's even debating that that's how she really just got like such like another massive following? Everybody knows this. Like that's not something we question. Like everybody knows, oh yeah, Cinna, majority of the reason why she's as well known as she is right now is because of the Asian collabs. Even though Cinna already did have a following before that.
Any boy-girl pairing, or hell, even girl-girl pairing, or maybe even boy-boy pairing these days, there's gonna be a subsection of people who are going to hyperfixate on the fact that there is some sort of intimate and romantic connection between the two. Now, I will say this, and this does not help Cinna and Agent's case. One, they kind of played into it.
Is it weird if I say that I wanted to be the throat goat, but...
That's so...
Why would you say that?
Two, they never squashed it. From the beginning, it probably should have been established that, hey, we are not in some sort of relationship. And all of this, what we have to remember, is coming off of Agent doing those streams with Jalan, who they did a whole dating series, and that situation ended up messy, and now we can't find Jalan to save our lives. But literally, this precedent had been set that anytime Agent was on stream with a woman, that they were romantically linked in some way, shape, form, or fashion. And so now...
But nah, we gotta, like, if you can't tell the difference between people that are streaming together that are just friends and or actually in a relationship, because you can't tell me that the Agent and Jalan streams were the same thing as the Agent and Cinna streams. I'm not gonna lie, if you can't tell the difference, then you are low-key
now when the fans start to make edits shipping Agent and Cinna, it probably would have been the best idea to kind of go ahead and squash some of those things, but they didn't in the beginning. Now, as things fast forward today, we see that all the complicit behavior behind the supposed fake shipping that was going on behind closed doors has reached a head, and now it's turned into full-on harassment from the audience members to Cinna, and she's tired of it.
Yesterday, I had a bunch of people that were tweeting me, being like, oh, you hoe, like you this, you that, and to me, that's not cool, especially when like I am not with anybody like that, and I've never been with that person like that. Do you know what I mean?
Remember when I said Cinna and Agent should have been nipping this stuff in the bud before? Now, I'm not saying that it's okay that these platforms are doing this, but now because they didn't do it, it leads to these people clipping things out of context for the sake of getting an ad off for steak on Twitter or just pushing their false narratives.
I did not have any relations with my friends. Do you know what I mean? And that person is my friend, and I want it to be that way. You know, at this point, it's being dragged. Like, it's just being dragged.
Cinna is now to the...
I feel like they didn't need to make it any more clearer, because it's like, why, like, you can like, you should be able to tell that they're just friends, like they're not actually dating. I feel like everybody know, like majority of people know that they're not dating, but they really want them to. So I don't really think there's much confusion. It's just a bunch of trolls and a bunch of people that just, you know, that just, it's the internet. They just like doing random things and saying stuff. But I mean, if I'm live with one of my friends and they just happen to be a girl, I don't feel like I need to explain that. Like that should just be like, just common knowledge. Oh, hey, this is my friend. If it's someone I am in a relationship with, then maybe. But I don't know.
Point where she's threatened.
But I do see his point that they probably should have said that in order to avoid the situation from the very beginning, which I'm pretty sure they did, or it was very clear that they were friends before, but...
Threatening legal action, saying that she's going to contact her lawyers to take down anybody spreading any misinformation, misleading people, and putting any steak ads, which, Elon... address the steak ads. But anybody putting any steak ads on her content that have any sort of false narrative surrounding her and her relationships with Agent, Silky, any other male content creators. And I've got to say, this response is well warranted because for the past couple of months now, hell, since she's linked up with the WL community, it's been nothing but shipping her, putting her in nasty lights that aren't even necessary, making her the sexual object of the male desire in the WL community. I mean, they've made these gooning edits with Silky. Like, have y'all seen some of this stuff?
I was doing good.
I will allow this one yacht, and that's it.
Don't lean back, Silky.
Wait, hold on.
Why are you replaying it,
Was that always
Silky?
there?
I will allow this one yacht, and that's it. No.
Hey.
You picked up the laptop?
Hey, to be
And I
fair,
get it.
you did say you allowed it. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not saying what Silky did was okay. I'm just saying
I know
you did
people
say
are
you
gonna
allowed
say
it.
that she's playing into it, he's playing into it. This is just the content, but then it turns into people taking just regular pictures of her being on stream, dressed to partake in stream activities, wearing fucking Fabletics gear, and turning her into something that she's not, like participating in hoe culture. Now, I will say it's a double-edged sword because in half of it she is participating in it, but to the other half, people are taking it to the farthest extremes, like super far extremes. And this is parasocial mixed with weird, mixed with addiction, and ultimately everybody that's behind the computer screen should have something better to do than talk about these fake relationships that go on in this, I don't know, content creator sphere. It's funny because a lot of men watch the WL community. A lot of men have these ideas of women that say, oh, well, why are y'all worried about this celebrity's relationship and that celebrity's relationship? When the whole time they are worried about celebrities' relationships, they're just different celebrities. They're your favorite streamers. It's not just in this situation. Like I mentioned earlier,
bring up a
Jelon
point
has had to
about that.
deal with some of these situations directly regarding Agent, and also Connie has had to deal with the over-sexualization when it comes to being a streamer, having people talk about her
It's just
body
female
or
streamers
how
in
ugly
general.
she is, or talk about what they would do to her, etc., etc. And the same thing with Kalani Rogers. Now, all of these women are different in their own regards, and how they handle the situation differently is different in and of itself. But the problem is the overarching theme of why are we over-sexualizing these content creators? Now, I am sitting here seemingly spending a lot of the blame to the audience members and their parasocial relationships with their favorite content creators. I do have to say that the creators do play a part in this. Hell, seemingly making content out of their relationships, whether there be a lack thereof, or whether there be this fake shipping, or maybe there's something actually to it. Making this sort of content based off of this and egging on the joke only leads to many people continuing down the ideology and thought process as to why this stuff happens, or as to what's going on, or putting these people in these fake relationships. And nastily, it ultimately leads to the over-sexualization of these people, but it is a byproduct.
I will say one thing, and I do have an example real quick. If you guys know, there is this streamer, this female streamer called Zoe Spencer. And I know everybody knows who Kai Cenat is. Their whole dynamic is the fact that Zoe, half the time, majority of the time, pretends that she really likes Kai. So it's stuff like that where it's like, sometimes you play into it, and the audience, they just take that shit and run with it. So it's not 100% the audience's fault. I'd say it's a good 60% audience's fault. But sometimes these streamers, they do play a big part into as to why people, you know, sexualize them or you know, play into, you know, narratives that just are not true at all. But for the most part, audiences, y'all just gotta lock in, bro. It is not that deep majority of the time. Like, I can tell y'all, bro, it is not that deep. The stuff you see on camera, not that deep majority of the time. Almost 90% of the time.
That is only egged on by the content creators themselves.
Have you had interactions with Cinna?
No. He lying, he flying.
Oh!
Maybe ask that one more.
Oh, no.
Have you had interactions with Cinna?
I thought you said you weren't gonna lie.
No. I didn't know that happened. No, I'm not. Fuck it. I apologize to everybody. I am so sorry. How the fuck this agent was caught lying this entire time? Nah, bro. No. I did not know. My bad, people that take shit too far. Apparently, y'all are right. Y'all got it, bro.
Now, the outcome of these actions is going to be pretty clear to me, is that they're going to have to stop making content. I don't want that to happen. I don't think a lot of people want that to happen, because people should be able to do what they want to do, but it's getting pretty grotesque. And even though I do feel as if Agent and Cinna are trying to get away from this over-sexualized content, she was just on his whole weight loss marathon stream, and I don't think that there was anything sexual coming out of it. It seems as though the joke has gone to a whole nother level, that even if they aren't the ones perpetuating the joke, it's going to find itself at their front doorstep regardless as to what's going on. Now, it cannot go understated that both creators have openly admitted to being involved in clip farming and using this whole relationship trope as a clip.
Yo.
You gifted me 100, Sam.
And so I can see why a lot of people would take things to a certain degree, but honestly, I'm on Cinna's side. It is gone too far at this point. Now, nothing they've ever done really has suggested any sort of romantic relationship, talked about them dating. I mean, this is totally different than the Jalon streams that I'm referring to. But what I can say is there seems to be some sort of tension that they're playing into, or some sort of underlying, you know, relations that they have going on that they know exists only because it strokes the fans' ego, but they have to play into it because it's good for the bit. But when the bit bites back and it becomes too much, how do you then tell the audience, where you've played into the joke for these past couple of months, that they need to stop going on with it? And it just makes it much harder when not only are your fans doing it, not only are you doing it, but the people surrounding you, who the people that are watching, they've created parasocial relationships about too. Your friends, your brothers, who you're in the same house with, who would see everything, they're also playing into the bit, making it seem more real to these people.
Well, let's be honest. Cinna unplugged the Wi-Fi network from him.
Stop doing that shit. Like, you can't let Cinna just take it over your life, nigga.
Small jokes become big jokes. And then when we see content creators like Deshae Frost blur the lines between what is supposed to be content and making it into reality, and all the other people that sit on that side of the internet by literally having sex with these content creators and admitting it on stream, and then passing around diseases, and then only verifying the actions that they're doing on stream, it puts validity to any and everybody that is seen with somebody being in a relationship. Now, I know that's the most immature way to think about it, but we got to remember who we're dealing with. We're dealing with the youth here. I don't expect them to understand the complexities of content creation, what's real and what's fake, and relationships. I hate to be that guy, but this is one of the reasons why women probably won't succeed in the WL community. It's a plethora of things. It's multifaceted. We can talk about the parasocial relationships all day long, but if we never assess the content that's being created itself, then I don't think we'll ever get to the real meat and potatoes of the situation. I look at a tweet from Mari that's...
Here's my thing. I do not believe that shit at all. I can see why he said that. The WL, like, female streamers will never succeed in the WL community. Cinna, I believe she's the biggest WL streamer woman ever. And she's super successful. It's just that, like, just because people make jokes and she's sick of it, I don't think that's just not succeeding, in my opinion. I have a bunch of things to say, but Mari, Cinna, female streamers like that, they're doing a fucking amazing job in the WL streaming community as women. But the only thing is, it's just that sometimes they just get hit with jokes that they don't like. But that goes with every streamer in the world. Tell me one streamer in the world that's had a running gag about them, or has gotten a bunch of people saying a certain thing about them that wasn't true or that they didn't like. Agent's got the same thing going for him. He's got to deal with the same shit Cinna got to deal with. And that's basically, oh, well, you're dating this person. Let's keep making jokes about it. No, bro. No. Agent got to deal with that shit too. And we're not going to sit up here and say that Agent's not successful. In my opinion, Cinna is super successful. There are plenty of female content creators that are successful in the WL community. Zoe, Mari, Cinna, like, bro, like, you can be super successful in the WL community as a female streamer. It's just it has nothing to do with the fact that you're in the WL community. It's just the fact that if you're a female streamer, people are going to sexualize you no matter what, and that's the most unfortunate part. It has nothing to do with what community you're a part of. It just has everything to do with the fact that you're a female, and I can see you for hours on end, and I can constantly watch you, and I can feel I have an attachment towards you, and that leads to parasocialness.
says something along the lines of, these streamers have ruined y'all's way of socializing with women. Why are y'all calling every woman y'all speak to huz and talking about gats and stuff like that? And I do believe that there's some validity to what she's saying. I believe there's a subsection of young men that are growing up speaking to women and memes and internet clips and stuff like that. But Mari, let's not act like you don't act a certain way around Duke Dennis, overly sexualizing him and playing into some of these tropes that are laid out there for you that you could quite easily ignore, but fall in line anyway.
She knows she want to say Duke. She wants to yell that shit. Go ahead, yell it, Mari. You got it.
How long you been streaming? When you get home? When you
30 minutes.
So you just coming in, you come say hey on that.
Everybody got their top.
I think that your audience is a reflection of you as a content creator. And I've been standing on that point for a long time. So if you have an audience that is very anti this, racist that, you know, really nasty when somebody comes on stream, that's probably because you allow it, you condone it, and you make content based on it. If you have an audience that is pro men and anti women or pro women, anti men, then that's because you create content like that. If you have an audience that is very frugal with their spending, it's probably because you created that audience. Like-minded people hang around like-minded people. So if you want to see your audience change, you yourself is probably going to have to change your content. Now, with that being said, I'm not condoning any of these things that are going on in this community, but what I do see in other communities is that people can make content boy and girl and not get the same sort of reactions or nasty parasocial relationships that these other content creators are able to get. With all that being said, if you're making those nasty Cinna Brit edits out there, please stop. Like, for real, stop. You're a disgusting person. Go outside, touch grass, and the same old tropes. Talk to women. But most importantly, get out of people's pants. If they were having sex, what does it matter? They're not having sex. What does it matter? What does what they do with their private parts matter to you? And why do you feel like you have to make videos like this? Now, I've talked to great lengths about what goes on.
Shout out to Omeezy. He said it a lot of different ways, but I feel like Cinna, she's just going, like, it's just annoying. Like, the joke has honestly been played out. It's been going on for months. I feel like for almost a year. This whole Cinna likes agent. This whole Cinna likes agent. Agent likes Cinna. I ain't gonna lie. To me, it's kind of played out. But I don't even think it's just about that. I just feel like females in the content creation space in general, they're just gonna have to get over sexualized for a little bit. Unfortunately, like, that's just how it is for now. Because it's like there's like, with the rise of social media and everything becoming more digital and online and stuff like that, like, people just start talking less and less. It's not even just Twitch or YouTube. It's just the fact that everything you can do, I can literally pay for something only using my phone. I don't even got to pull out a card, bro. Everything is on your phone now. So it just becomes a lot more harder to do physical things like socializing. And then if you can't socialize, that leads to making weird edits about female streamers that you'll never probably talk to and you're fucking gooning over. But anyways, that's all I have to say. Make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe. We're on the road to 10,000 subscribers. Uploading clips on all these channels up here. Twitch, we're live Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And yeah, I'll see you boys later. Peace.